Okay, I just wanted to put this video up here. This is another video in regards to my Whovian versus Who Aren't series of videos, and I'm starting to notice that there's really not much more that can be said, and on my side of things here, and there's really no need for me to be putting up any of these videos, to be honest. Okay, because when I designed that quiz. When I designed that quiz a couple of months ago, I told myself that I was not going to get into this whole video comment debate situation that I'm in now. Okay, I was going to allow YouTubers to take the quiz, and the quiz results was going to be the determining factor on whether or not you are a fan or not. Okay, you don't need me to tell you that you're a fan of Doctor Who or not. Okay, this is what I'm saying in this video. Okay, you don't need me to argue down telling you whether or not you're a fan of Doctor Who or not. Okay. And you don't need other YouTubers to tell you. You don't need their opinions on whether or not you're a fan or not. Okay. The bottom line is, if you cannot score any more than 60% on that quiz, okay, that you are obviously not a Doctor Who fan. Okay. You are not a fan of Doctor Who. Okay. But you may be a fan of David Tennant. Okay, because I'm willing to bet that the questions that some of these people have answered, the people that have scored very, very low on it, like 27% and whatnot, they probably answered the questions regarding David Tennant, and Rose Tyler, but that's about all they could answer on it. Okay, but if you cannot score anything more than 60% on it, then you don't pass as a Doctor Who fan, and that's the only reason I designed that quiz. I designed that quiz, and I've had YouTubers tell me that quiz is impossible. Okay, and no, you're not going to tell me that quiz is impossible. It's not impossible because I created it. Okay, and it's for a Doctor Who fan, it's a piece of cake. Okay, if the quiz is so impossible, then tell me why so many people are scoring anywhere from 90 to 100% on it. Tell me that. Okay, this one YouTuber keeps telling me that the quiz is impossible and that none of the stuff on that quiz relates to the series, and they're mouthing off, making all these excuses, as to why the quiz is not a fair way of determining whether or not somebody is a Doctor Who fan or not. Okay. But the purpose of that quiz, okay, if you are indeed a fan of Doctor Who, okay, and you follow the series of Doctor Who, and even if you don't follow anything about the original series, okay, but if all you've watched is a new series, okay, if all you watch, okay, is a new series, okay, if you follow the series of Doctor Who, you can't be able to score 60% on that quiz, okay. There's no way around it, okay. You should not score any less than that, okay. But these people that are scoring like 27% on it, okay, that are yelling at me, telling me my quiz is impossible, okay, the only reason you say that quiz is impossible is because you don't know anything on that quiz, okay, and the only reason you don't know anything on that quiz is because you never pay attention to that kind of stuff when you're watching Doctor Who, okay, because you don't watch Doctor Who for what that quiz is covering, and that's the series as a whole. You only watch Doctor Who for the soapy scenes and David Tennant and Rose Tyler, the romance between the Doctor and Rose, and that is, and make no mistake about it, that is the only reason. You're not going to tell me any different, okay? Because especially when you try to email me telling me that trying to explain to me what Doctor Who is about, okay? Anybody that tells me that they don't like the girl in the fireplace because the Doctor had an affair with Madame Pompadour, okay, is not a fan of Doctor Who. Okay, that is, no self-respecting Doctor Who fan dislikes the girl in the fireplace. Okay, because that was written by Stephen Moffat. And this person has also told me that they disliked Blink because it was too scary. Okay, because the weeping angels were too scary. Okay, if Doctor Who being scary is something new to you, then you're not a fan of Doctor Who. Okay, because I told this person that the series, the television program Doctor Who, is designed to be watched from behind the sofa by kids. And that's a phrase that's commonplace when describing Doctor Who, is watching it from behind the sofa. Okay, well this YouTuber did not know what I was talking about. They didn't know what I was talking about when I said that. When I said behind the sofa, they didn't know what I was talking about. All right, so that is enough for me to know that you're not a fan of Doctor Who. The only bits of Doctor Who that you follow is the romance between the Rose and the Doctor and David Tennant. And that's it. Make no mistake about it, and that is the truth, okay? And you can't tell me any different, okay? Because I can tell just by the way you talk, just from what you've told me, okay? That is the truth, okay? Okay, and I mean you can try to cover it up with these, yada 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 and whatnot. But I mean honestly, I don't really need to hear anything from you. Okay, there's no reason why. If you scored bad on my quiz, okay, just don't even bother me. Okay, just don't bother me. Okay, don't message me telling me that the quiz was impossible. Okay, because you're not a fan of Doctor Who if you scored bad on that quiz. Okay, because I mean there's no reason in the world why any fan of Doctor Who, mild or diehard, should score bad on that quiz. Okay, because that was when I designed that quiz. Okay, I had my technical manual with me, and I had my program guide with me, and a guide to the new episodes. Okay, and I made sure that the questions on that quiz were relatively simple for Doctor Who fans. I made sure that the questions reflected what was considered common knowledge for Doctor Who fans. Okay. So I mean, if you can't pass that quiz, then I think my Blake 7 quiz is a little bit harder. I don't know if anybody's paid attention or not. Well, actually, I don't have a video of it, but I have another quiz up on that same website. It's how well do you know Blake 7? So I don't know if most of you probably never even heard of that series, Blake 7, but it was another British science fiction program that was on from 78 to 81, and I mean I'm a pretty diehard fan of that series. But I designed a quiz for it. It's actually pretty hard. But the Doctor Who quiz is a piece of cake, and there's no reason why anybody should flunk that quiz. If they're a Doctor Who fan. All right. So the bottom line is the quiz results is all I needed to see. If you fail the quiz, not a Doctor Who fan.